Welcome back to the swamp, folks. Today, we're diving into the magical world of AI-generated art, where apparently, fierce warrior princesses are all the rage. I mean, who doesn't want to be a princess with a side of battle ready? Sounds like a great way to avoid doing the dishes. So grab your popcorn, or whatever it is you kids snack on these days, and prepare for a journey through pixels and pretensions. I can already tell this video is going to stink worse than my bog after a rainstorm, but hey, if it's terrible, at least we'll have something to complain about together. If you're not already subscribed, do me a favor and hit that button. Trust me, you don't want to miss my inevitable eye rolls and sarcastic remarks. Now, let's see what this so-called lookbook has in store for us. Well, this is just delightful. A dark, moody shot that screams I forgot to pay the electric bill. If I wanted to squint at shadows, I'd just go outside at dusk. Is this supposed to be dramatic or just an excuse for poor lighting? Either way, it's not impressing this old toad. Finally, a face that could scare off a hungry bear. This little warrior looks like she just emerged from a swamp of bad decisions. Seriously, what's with the intense stare? Is she trying to summon the spirits of all the cringeworthy trends? If looks could kill, I'd be toast. But hey, at least it's not another bland princess in a sparkly dress, I'll give it that much. Now we're talking. This shot has the kind of eerie vibe that makes you think twice about wandering into the woods at night. That wild hair and intense expression, it's like she just stepped out of a horror flick. I half expect her to start chanting spells or something. Finally, something that's not just another cookie-cutter princess. This is the kind of character that could actually roast marshmallows over a fire without breaking a sweat. Now that's impressive. Well, look who we have here, a little warrior with a gaze that could pierce through the thickest fog. This shot is giving me serious I am about to unleash chaos vibes. The dirt and markings, a nice touch, like she just crawled out of a mud pit after a rough day. Honestly, I'm more intrigued by her than most of the so-called heroes in these videos. If she's not the main character, we've got a serious miscast on our hands. That's a fierce look. This character is giving off major I am not here to play nice energy. The wet hair and rugged attire, perfect for someone who's probably been through a few scrapes in the woods. I can almost hear the forest whispering, "Don't mess with her." Finally, a character that looks like they could actually survive a day in my bog without losing their mind. If only more characters had this level of grit instead of prancing around in sparkles. Now that's a stare that could stop a charging bull. This character looks like she's ready to take on the world, or at least the nearest group of clueless adventurers. The intensity in her eyes, it's like she's seen things that would make a grown toad weep. I'm actually impressed. This is the kind of character that could lead a rebellion or just scare off the neighborhood kids. Finally, some originality in a sea of sameness. Oh, look at that. Another intense gaze that could cut through steel. This character is practically daring you to come closer. The markings on her face, a nice touch, like she's ready for battle, or just finished a mud pie contest. Honestly, I'm starting to think this video is more about fierce expressions than anything else. If they keep this up, I might actually start rooting for her. Now that's a twist I didn't see coming. Now that's a look that says, I mean business. This character is rocking that warrior vibe like she just walked off a battlefield. The armor, the markings, it's all working together to create a fierce presence. I can almost hear the battle cries echoing in the background. If this is what we're getting, I might just stick around for more. Finally, a character that doesn't look like they just stepped out of a fairy tale. Now that's a face that could launch 1,000 ships, or at least scare off a few nosy neighbors. The intensity in those eyes is something else. It's like she's channeling all the angst of 1,000 forest creatures. This shot is striking, and I have to admit, it's captivating. If this character doesn't end up being the hero, I'll be sorely disappointed. Finally, something that's not just another cookie-cutter character. Now that's a striking image. This character looks like she just stepped out of a dark fairy tale, ready to take on whatever nonsense comes her way. The wild hair and that fierce expression, it's like she's saying, don't even think about messing with me. I have to hand it to the creators. They've managed to capture a raw intensity that's refreshing. Finally, a character who looks like she could actually handle herself in a tough spot. Now that's a captivating shot. Those piercing blue eyes could probably see right through a toad's skin. The way she's positioned, half in the water, gives off a vibe of both vulnerability and strength. It's like she's ready to spring into action at any moment. This character has depth, and I'm genuinely intrigued. If they keep this up, I might just start caring about the story. Now that's a powerful image. This character looks like she's just emerged from a battle, and those eyes are practically glowing with intensity. The dirt and markings add a raw, gritty feel that's often missing in these types of portrayals. It's like she's a survivor. And I can't help but be drawn in. If this is the direction they are taking, I'm all for it. Finally, a character that feels real and relatable, even in a fantasy setting. Now that's a striking look. This character is giving off some serious I've seen things vibes. The way she's curled up, yet still exuding strength, is intriguing. Those markings on her face add a layer of mystery, like she's part of some ancient tribe or has a story to tell. I'm actually invested now. If they keep this level of intensity, we might have a character worth rooting for. Finally, something that breaks the mold. Now that's a captivating shot. This character has a haunting presence, and those eyes are practically drawing me in. The wild hair and the earthy attire give her an almost ethereal quality. It's like she's a spirit of the forest, ready to defend her home. I'm genuinely intrigued by her story. If they keep this level of depth and character design, I might just stick around for the whole thing. Now that's a fierce expression. This character looks like she's ready to take on the world, or at least the nearest threat in her forest. The combination of dirt, markings, and that intense gaze creates a powerful image. It's refreshing to see a character that embodies strength and resilience without the usual fluff. If this is the direction they are going, I'm all in. Finally, a character that feels like she could actually survive in the wild. Now that's an intriguing shot. This character looks like she's just about to spill some serious secrets over that cup. The lighting adds a cozy yet mysterious vibe, and those eyes are captivating, like they hold 1,000 stories. The markings on her face give her that rugged, survivalist look. I'm actually curious about what she's been through. If they keep this level of depth, I might just be hooked. Now that's a striking image. The glow of the fire adds a warm contrast to her intense expression. She looks like she's caught between a moment of reflection and readiness for whatever comes next. The markings and the wild hair give her a fierce, untamed vibe. This character is definitely intriguing, like she's got a story to tell, and I want to hear it. Finally, something that feels genuine and layered. Oh, that's a powerful shot. This character looks like she's ready to take on the world, and that fire in the background adds a dramatic flair. The intensity in her eyes is captivating, like she's seen things that would make most folks run for the hills. The rugged attire and wild hair give her a raw, primal energy. If this is the kind of character we're dealing with, I'm all for it. Finally, someone who looks like they could actually survive in the wild. Now that's a striking image. This character's gaze is piercing, and the dirt on her face adds a layer of grit that tells a story of survival. The backdrop of fire hints at some serious drama unfolding. She looks like she's ready to face whatever comes next. And I'm genuinely intrigued. Finally, a character that feels real and compelling. Well folks, it looks like we've just ventured through the pixelated marshes of AI-generated art. And believe it or not, I emerged with more than just bog muck on my boots. We kicked things off wondering how many princesses can wield a sword while avoiding dishes, which to this day remains unanswered. I was prepared for a torrent of eye rolls and dramatic sighs. And let me tell you, they did not disappoint. There were moments that nearly led me to believe all characters are just cookie-cutter heroes dressed in sparkles. But then, oh joy of joys, we met some fierce warrior princesses who looked like they could actually handle themselves, maybe even survive a day in my dreaded bog. From piercing glares that could shatter glass to battle-scarred expressions that told tales of survival. I might just start rooting for these ladies, if you even had me genuinely intrigued. Remarkable, considering I wasn't expecting to feel anything beyond mild irritation. Sure, I had some grumbles about the lighting and the seemingly endless intensity of gazes that could slice through steel. And don't get me started on the over-dramatic flair, but I have to admit, this video delivered more depth and originality than I was anticipating. So, if I've got to concede, it wasn't entirely a waste of my time. I'd even say it's worth a reluctant nod of approval. Don't tell anyone, or I'll croak about it for weeks. If you enjoyed listening to my well-deserved gripes and unexpected praise, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I promise, more eye rolls and sarcastic critiques await you in future videos. Like this one if you somehow found joy in my toad-like musings. And remember, if I can find something to appreciate in this digital dreck, maybe there's hope for the rest of the internet yet. Until next time, stay grumpy and keep it real. Unless you're a curly-haired battle-ready princess, then go on and be fierce.